today?
Hello everybody, Cricket here, and welcome to another video. Today, we are back in the Winders vs. Wild Boi build-off. I know that last time we tried to do a second episode, it did not work out so well, did it?
No.
Anyway, I'll let you do your intro, Lone Savage.
I don't have an intro, but make sure your freaking audio is allowed for the party screen or whatever.
Okay, I'm gonna go check that real quick. Okay. Allow voice to be shared. Okay, I did it. It's allowed, so now everybody can.
A forest?
We have to build a forest. That's
How
not
much
so
time do
good
you
when we
have?
have to set the wool on fire, is that?
No.
Well, we have to build
What
a
if we
forest.
just
So you
break the
get a timer
logo
ready
on
for
the wall?
15 minutes. We'll mute each other's mics and then begin building our forests.
Alright. Oops.
So start the timer when I say go. I'll mute. We each mute our own mics, and so that when I unmute so that when you unmute to tell me the timer's up, I'll be able to hear you. Okay, so we have to mute our own mics.
Alright.
So 3. Okay, we should have muted each other's mics by now. Yep, he probably cannot hear me. So, I'll begin to build myself a forest. Just like it said, I'm just going to use some basic Minecraft trees in just a forest. I know it's not going to be the most creative idea, but it's probably going to work. So, if I just grab myself some bone meal, I'm going to start spreading about some trees. Again, not the most creative approach on a forest, but trust me, I'm going to have something creative in the very back of it. I'm going to build an extremely large tree in the very back. So for now, I'm just going to have this. So if Lone Savage tries to cheat, he's going to be like, what is Christopher building? But I'm also going to have a gigantic tree out the back. I'm going to kind of build a natural tree outline. I think that's pretty good. There you go. So this is going to be the base of the trunk for my tree. My gigantic tree that I'm building. So, yeah guys. Hopefully you all enjoyed this video, and don't forget to check out Lone Savage's point of view on his channel Wild Boi, as you can see in the title. Now anyway, back to building my tree. Of course, this is going to be a big, gigantic tree, so it has to go pretty high. And again, we only do have 15 minutes to build this, so I gotta go fast. But because I just used normal spruce trees for quite a while, I should be going a lot faster than Lone Savage, because he likes to hand build everything. That's his main weakness, is he takes time. He's used to taking his time to build high quality things. Well, I'm used to taking it fast, thinking that I have something better to do after. So this is perfect for me. So of course this is just going to be a gigantic spruce tree that I'm working on. Now to start building the roots coming out of it. You know, so that it looks like an actual tree, because trees do have their big roots showing sometimes. So there we go, some more roots. You know, I'm trying to make mine a bit more interesting than just a simple forest, like some kind of enchanted forest with a giant tree. And I think I might actually have like some kind of colony of people living inside of my tree. I think that sounds pretty cool, don't you guys? Well, anyway, time to reach the final stretch of my giant tree. And I'm thinking that my giant tree looks pretty nice. It looks like a tree. It looks giant compared to all the other trees. It definitely looks like I'm going to be able to build that little civilization inside. So yeah, I think I'm doing pretty good. Now to get to work on the actual leaves themselves. as we all know, spruce trees do tend to grow in cones. So I'm also going to build a giant cone. It's going to go out by 3 blocks at the base. You know, a big cone of leaves. Actually, I think 2 blocks is good. And then I'll start to fill it, all of it in with all the leaves. Of course, the rest of its height is just going to be this little bit of wood. And I think that's exactly how tall I'm going to make it. So this 2 block away from, so this 3 block away from the main stem is going to continue to this 3rd layer. And then it's going to go up by more. So again, this is going to be a gigantic spruce tree. And I'm thinking that it looks pretty good so far. Now to have the cone go in by another block. Yeah, I think I'm liking my tree. Again, I can lose some creativity points if Lone Savage points out something that's not very creative that could get rid of some of those creativity points that make builds much better. Because, of course, when you're building in Minecraft, you need that spark of creativity to help out your build. That's one thing that I've learned, kids. Always use creativity and imagination, for it is one of the most powerful gifts of mankind. And I think that is my tree, my giant tree. So then, time to grow up the rest of my little trees. I'm going to place down a few more little trees. Grow them all up. Gonna make this a nice dense forest. Okay, that one cannot grow. This one can grow, however. This one also should be able to grow. Yep. This one, yep, cannot grow. And neither can this one, so I'm gonna break them both away. This one can't grow, but these couple of trees should be able to grow. Yep. That one can't. That one can. That one can't. Yeah, so this is going to be my forest. You guys like it? It gets rid of a lot of the rain. You know, a pretty foresty place. And now, to start adding in some more vegetation. I like my little enchanted forest so far. Now to continue adding in vegetation. Again, none of this goes outside the boundaries. So I should be safe. Because it cannot touch the boundaries. And now, to move on to the little people living inside of the tree. You know, the tree people. Oh no, the tree person. Because I think it's going to be just one person living inside of this tree. So I'm going to give them a nice, cozy little bed. You know, I'm going to have, that will add some creativity points, having a person living in the tree. I'm also going to place down a crafting table, a blast furnace and a smoker. You know, a bunch of necessary essentials. They're also going to have themselves a campfire. And there you go. That's going to be the tree person. Okay, I think I've actually finished my build. So let me just message them. My enchanted forest is ready to go. Well, almost. I just need to add in a bit more of my bone meal. Spread it out a bit more. As well as make some of this grass extra tall grass. So some extra tall grass.
Call from 816-396-4345.
And yeah, I think I'm almost ready to unmute my mic. So now, I can just stand by and wait. See, as I still have some time, I might add a bit more details to my tree, add some vines all around it to give it a bit more pizzazz. And have the leaves be growing vines on them. Again, give it all the more texture.
Where the phone?
Look at all this. So now, it should look even better. And actually, I'm going to add more of these to make it seem as if the grinds have already fully grown. You know, I just need to let them all grow, and I should have a fully formed tree. Once I'm done adding in all these little vines, I might start adding like some floating glowstone. Again, give me some of them creativities. Some of them creativity
There's
points.
a play message button. Yeah.
Give me the creativity points. Let my build be creative.
Owen.
There we go. Now to start adding in my
It's a,
floating sea lanterns
this
around the
message.
tree.
Play the final message. This. Oops.
There you go. I'm just going to add in some
Yeah,
random
that's that.
floating sea lanterns around the tree.
No new messages.
You know, just an enchanted forest.
That sounded like Lucy. He goes, hi, this is the
Here we go. Yeah, this forest definitely looks a bit more enchanted now, especially now that that tree has some magic floating around it.
This is
It might be August, guys. Anyway, can you guys leave? I'm finishing up a video. So yeah, I'm done with my thing. I'm just gonna wait for Lone Savage to unmute his mic, and then I'll be ready.
Stop watching the video. No, we need to finish it. Bro, that literally just said Lucy. No, it didn't.
Lone Savage, remember to unmute your mic once the timer's up, okay?
Hello, Ty. This is
And because of all this extra time that I'm getting, it gives my tree time to grow its vines. Well, he's still building, obviously, so he doesn't have time to respond to any of my questions. So yeah, when the timer's up, stop building. Okay, guys, so we're just gonna have to wait a bit longer for the time to be up. So yeah, I have made a pretty nice place. And actually, just to make it seem like there's like some kind of ventilation system in this tree. There you go, that does actually kind of look like a vent that it can go through. And then it comes out that end. As I don't know what, but I guess that's just like a vent that captures the steam and smoke until it fades. I think I've done pretty good on my build. So yeah, here in a minute, the time should be up, and we should be able to unmute each other's mics. Is the time up? Okay, so stop building and let's burn the wall.
It's gonna burn down our forests.
No, because, oh wait, hold on. You can't build over the boundary, so if any of your stuff has gone over the boundaries, please mine it.
Okay. Nothing's over the boundary.
Otherwise, it'll be impossible for you to get a point. So that's the one revising that we are allowed to do, and that is to mine anything that goes over the boundaries. And, are you ready?
Yes.
Burn the wall! Burn the wall! Burn the wall! Okay, we've lit it on fire enough. So, ooh, you built a lovely forest. But whose forest is lovelier?
Let's see.
I kind of built an enchanted forest. So who should we view first, mine or yours?
Okay, let's view yours first. Really
Okay, so
curious.
mine is a pretty decent forest, but then you have the large enchanted tree at the back with vines dangling down and stuff. You can see its magic floating around in these little cubes.
Looks nice.
There's also a person living inside of it. As you can see, there's like a little base with a campfire and a ventilation system, a nice bed, and a crafting table, blast furnace, and a smoker.
It's pretty nice, dude.
I thought my idea was pretty unique. But you seem to have pulled off a big turn on the person living in a forest thing.
Oh, yep. Made a whole entire survival base.
Yeah.
If you
No
come
doubt, I
over
think that
here,
you're probably going to win this.
fall down right here. Okay, as you can see, you got a nice little pathway, you know, nice
Yeah.
little pond, you got nice scenery, flowers, trees,
Uh-huh.
grass.
Then
Come
there's the
here,
ladder
get
way
nice
up into
little,
the base.
ladders, and as soon as you close off these trapdoors, nothing can get into your base, okay?
Yeah,
So I
so
know I
you
didn't
just
add
walk
this,
along
but
here
just
and
for,
be in your base.
like, an idea, you can have beds here.
But
you know, you can
one
put
thing that I was just
beds.
about to say, one thing that your base does not have that my base does is this isn't really a base because it's not furnished. And again, you can't add anything to your build, so you can't change your build in any way right now. This is your current build. So yeah, this is a base, but it doesn't have the necessary survival essentials, unlike mine, which is a small, not very good looking base, but it does have the necessary essentials to survive.
But that leaves whoever inhabits this place. That gives them the freedom to make whatever they would like.
Ah, that actually
See where I'm going.
does make it slightly better, but the person who built that obviously did not have any survival essentials, which is why there's no person living in there, because they died.
Yep.
So, I think that mine does have some creativity points, because I decided to build an enchanted forest with a big tree, and you just built a forest with a house in it.
Mine's pretty simple, but it looks, I think it looks nice. You got, like, this is
Yeah,
Basically,
again,
everything
yours
is
have
easy here in
yours has
survival,
the
but
aesthetic
end
points, but mine has more of the creativity points.
Elaborate on aesthetic versus creativity.
Yeah, it's basically just aesthetics versus creativity right now.
Well, what is creative about your build? Tell me.
Creative is taking the topic and putting a twist on it. For example, if you had to build a tiger, you might build a tiger shark. That's adding some creativity into your build.
So you got the forest, and you decided to make.
I decided to make an enchanted forest.
But I decided to make a base in a forest.
Yeah, you decide to make your average
They're
forest.
both basically the same.
With a person who lives in it. Well, I built an enchanted forest with a giant magical tree.
This is a build off, not a.
Yeah.
You know.
So we need to
Purpose
decide
of
whose is
living
better.
off.
And the thing is, you can actually find out where to take away creativity and aesthetic points, and eventually just find out who gets more points in each category. Because yours isn't very creative because it's just your standard forest. Mine is but it looks flippin' awesome. While mine is very creative but looks kind of terrible. Because I must admit, I did not do very good on my tree. It's uneven. If it was even, then it would have had a more beautiful point and would have looked better.
It is looking a little on the blocky side.
Yeah. I did try to add some vines to add more aesthetics because the vines growing down might look better. But they didn't help all too much. To be honest, I think yours might actually win this.
I know. I vote myself, obviously.
I think you get your first point. So we each have 1 point currently.
Yeah.
That means.
Yep.
So come on and place your point. Remember, you just drop your red concrete powder from here. All right. Remember, ride the minecart up. That's what you always do.
Oh shoot.
You built it specifically so that you would ride a minecart up.
Oh yeah.
Whee!
Oh my god, I'm inside of it.
And there you go. You're up there.
Yay.
Now go place it down where you designed it to be placed. That's wool, not concrete powder.
That's wool. Where's
concrete powder comes right after concrete. And, oh no! You fell!
There we go.
There you go. Your first point. So we both have 1 point. Are you guys ready for the next episode next Monday? Please leave a comment for what the next build should be. Oh, right. Also, I think I'm the one who came up with a forest thing. So we're probably going to have to. So now, since I came up with that one, you get to add a new thing into the randomizer. So whoever came up with the thing, the opposite person, the opponent, gets to come up with a new idea to put in the randomizer.
So you get to put the idea in?
No, you get to, because I came up with a forest, and I put that in the randomizer. Now you get to come up with a new idea, because remember, we don't get to tell each other our ideas that we came up with, except for that one in the middle that we agreed on.
Yep.
So now you get to add in something to replace a forest.
Alright, I'll add that in later. Got something up my sleeve.
So
We
yeah.
could just rapid fire episodes. We just build a bunch of crap to catch up on all of our missed episodes.
Yeah, I don't think that we should probably rapid fire episodes though. Plus, can I tell you something, Lone Savage? Because this is the summer that we're doing episodes. Remember that the first week that we do an episode on summer, we just decided that the first Friday of that would be a mega build where we have 30 minutes in an arena twice the size.
Yes.
So we get, and of course that means that we get to punch in as much detail as possible.
Mhm.
And the mega build is going to be decided by the randomizer as well. Except we're going to have a special mega build randomizer, which let's get to work on that in this episode.
During this episode, we're gonna make the randomizer.
Yep, we're gonna build the mega build randomizer. So we're just gonna take our classic little randomizer and just build another one, but it looks a ton more epic.
Yep.
And it's gonna use both of our colors, so diamond blocks and orange concrete, and your nether wart blocks and your black concrete to build the mega build randomizer. And actually, I think that we're each going to have our own different mega build randomizers, that we each have different mega builds that we can do.
I have an idea.
Listen.
Oh.
Hold on a second, Lone Savage.
I'll
What's
play it again.
happening, dude?
Everybody watching this video, hold on a second. My family's in here listening to messages. For some reason, in the middle of a video, I had to get kicked out of the office. That's very strange. Okay, back to the video.
See, and it sounds like a.
Okay, so you get to work on your Mega Build randomizer, and I'll work on mine. By the way, Lone Savage, can I tell you
Question
something?
is, which
We
Mega
each
Builder?
get to
what's
choose
Mega
what
Build-
goes in our Mega Build randomizers.
But I have a question.
Actually, no, we're not
Is-
gonna have
okay.
Mega Build randomizers. I have a much better idea. We just, in the episode, come up with something and tell the other person to build that as a Mega Build.
Oh, I have an idea. So, like, if I tell you to build a shark, you build a shark.
I
and
build
if you
a,
tell me
I
to
build a big
something-
shark. Yeah, so we
but
just
I
tell
have to
each other
build
what,
whatever you tell me
what
to
we're gonna
build?
build. So we just come up with something on the top of our heads and tell the other person to build that.
Okay. I feel you. I feel you.
And see how good they can do. So this Friday, guys, I hope that you're gonna be ready for this. We're gonna do our first Mega Build. I think that should be the intro to a Mega Build instead of just Winders versus Buck Wild Boi Build Off. Is going to be Ty Winders versus Buck Wild Boi Mega Build Off.
Mega build, yes.
The Mega Build Off.
Okay, calm down.
It's gonna be kind of hard to build the arena though, because it takes a while to build these arenas, but we're gonna have to do one twice the size.
How far down does this go?
To be honest, I think that in the Mega Builds. Well, I decided to make it deep so we could do like underground things if we wanted to build things deep.
What the heck? You're inside of it.
Yeah.
What?
If we wanted to do something underground in our builds, we could.
Dang, nice.
So, anyway, Lone Savage, I don't think that we should have the big wool wall for our mega builds, because the mega builds are supposed to be much harder. Well, not exactly harder, but much more epic. And I think that we won't have enough time to do the mega build itself if we spend like 5 days building a big wall.
Yeah.
So I think that we're just gonna build the squares and no walls. So anyway, guys, let's do our outros, okay, Lone Savage?
Alright, boys.
Back at the randomizer! Randomizer! Okay. Back to your
Something,
post at the
please end.
randomizer.
Please end. Please end. Please end. It's not ending. It is not ending. There we go.
What's not ending?
I just ended the stream.
Well, time for the outro. So, everybody, hopefully you all have enjoyed. Please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to check the notifications and all my latest content. And don't forget to check out Lone Savage's channel, Buck Wild Boi.
B-O-I, that is.
And can you tell your viewers to not forget to check out my channel?
I ended the stream.
Rip.
So, did you already stop your video?
Yes, I did.
Darn it, so you can't tell them to check out my channel. Well, anyway, that's all for today, folks. Hopefully you all have enjoyed, and I'll see you all later. Bye! Awesome building outro! Yeah!